Okay, is this good? I mean, hopefully it should be good. Alright, so... I just need to get... Alright. Oh, what the hell? Yeah, Jesse's messaging me. Let's see what Jesse has to say. Alright, I just told him, yeah. Vandalia has made his Fat Albert style entrance. Hi Sparrow, hi Jesse. Ah, Jesse, you'd like to join. Okay. Yeah, why not?
Hello, shnick.
Hello. So I just need to move some stuff around so that way the microphone will grab. Today I got a brand new cable service.
And does it seem to be going fine?
Yeah, it supposedly has faster speed, and they set it up good, so... So that's part of the reason I started this up, to see what it was like. And to make sure that I could even do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the new internet, because supposedly this internet has much faster download speed than the other one did.
Yeah.
Download and upload. Alright, so as you see here, I'm planning the sequel, because let's face it, these days you gotta have a sequel.
Speaking of sequels,
Yeah?
I did send you a really ridiculous theory that actually makes a lot of sense.
Snowpiercer and Willy Wonka?
Yeah. Have you seen Snowpiercer?
I have not. I don't even think I heard of it.
Well, I could do a brief plot synopsis.
Alright.
So, basically...
Alright, that's
Alright,
well, these are the characters that are in the game.
Anyways, so brief description of Snowpiercer. It's a 2013 movie. And, it's super dark and gritty. It's rated R.
Yeah.
So what happens is, in an effort to stop global warming, the government releases chemicals into the air by jet plane. But the chemicals worked a little too well. The entire planet kind of got defrosted. So there's this inventor, or guy, and he invents a thing called the Snowpiercer, which is a huge, ginormous train that kind of connects all the countries together. It's like across oceans, through mountains and all that, like all the way over. And basically there's something weird going on with the Snowpiercer that the main character has to figure out. And let's just say it shares a lot of similarities between Willy Wonka and Chocolate Factory, the original. Like, a huge similarity in the movies is that the main characters slowly get picked off one by one as moving through the train, like moving through the factory and all that. There's tons of other evidence, and there's one specific thing that kind of proves that they're linked.
Yeah.
But that'd be kind of a big spoiler. And I'm not sure if you even have motivation to watch the movie Snowpiercer or not. which is fair. But you could watch that one
I
video.
mean, if you made it as part of a movie night one week, I'd probably watch it.
Seems a bit too dark and gritty. And plus, I already know what can happen, so.
Okay. Oh, and Sparrow sent me a music generator link.
What?
Yeah, right now I'm just trying to freaking put in some enemies because I'm trying to make the map a lot more detailed. The map's a lot more detailed than the predecessor, especially since the larger amount of tile sets allows for it.
Yeah.
So,
wait, are you using MD?
No, this is VX Ace.
Oh.
Like, think of basically, think of VX Ace. Basically, VX Ace is to VX what Smash Ultimate is to Smash 4.
So just a better version.
Yeah, like, it's pretty much the same engine as the original VX, but it has a lot more features. Like, for instance, in the original VX, you were only allowed to have one tile set.
Oh, no.
And that's why a lot of areas in the original game looked so similar, because there was only so much I could work with.
Yeah.
Whereas in VX Ace, they let you choose what tile... Like, it uses the same tile set format as the original, but now they let you swap out what set you want to use for what map.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
especially since the game has DLC on Steam. So, and the thing is, I bought a lot of the DLC when it was on sale. Like, you're able to get DLC that lets you put modern and futuristic tile sets. So I just got a whole bunch of that.
Are there any plugins for VX Ace, or is it only with MD?
I'm not sure if VX Ace has plugins. It does have custom scripting. Like, for instance, for VX Ace, you still need to use a custom script in order to get a side view battle system, but the side view battle system's actually much more advanced looking compared to the one I had for the original.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, characters will actually run up to the enemy in order to hit them. Well, no, they did that in the original, but now... They did that in the original, but, like... Did you want... I'll show you a battle just to... Well, the enemies are very incomplete.
I'm guessing there's better animations and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's better animations, there's more complex stuff going on. Like, let me... do a battle test with the...
Like the double hit stuff, I remember in the original Shiny RPG. Characters would just run up and just jump up and slash, and jump up and another slash.
Yeah, so here's... Oh, no. I need to do another thing. I need to demonstrate another thing that's better than the original. Let me find it.
Also, Shnick, I'm planning on doing movie night again. Watch Lord of the Rings.
Well, today, yeah, we're watching Lord of the Rings today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Just got
scheduled. And then next week, I mean, did you get my suggestion for Oogie Loves down the line?
Oh, God. No.
Yeah, I sat through that movie. I'm probably going to drag all of you into it.
Shnick, I know. Okay. I actually first found Oogie Loves through I Hate Everything.
Well, I first found Oogie Loves because my uncle and my cousin took me to Times Square. We were walking through Times Square after visiting the Museum of Natural History in New York, and while walking through Times Square, I first found out about Oogie Loves by the giant advertisement that was pasted on top of the Toys R Us.
Oh, no.
And I was forced to stare at it for an uncomfortably long amount of time.
Oh god, I would be uncomfortable if I saw an advertisement for schlop like that.
Yeah, and then eventually I watched a whole bunch of reviewers cover it, like Bob's Show, Cinematic Excrement. In fact, I got introduced to Cinematic Excrement through his Oogie Loves review, and he's one of the only people on YouTube I will regularly watch today. Yeah. But no, next week is On Deadly Ground by Steven Seagal. I already have it recorded, I just have to make sure all of you can get it.
Yeah.
Is Oogie Loves better than the Doom movie? No, it's worse.
It's possibly the worst movie anyone could watch.
Mm-hmm, and On Deadly Ground, it might be on level with Doom.
Think of Oogie Loves as a worse ripoff of the Teletubbies.
Well, the thing is, the guy that brought Teletubbies to the U.S. was the guy who made Oogie Loves.
Oh, so that explains the...
Yeah, and funny... Now, here's the really funny thing. Apparently, the movie was completed in 2009, but it sat on the shelf for 3 years because the guy was busy trying to patent the movie's interactivity.
Oh.
And funny, he was he claimed that doing it in a movie theater was such an original idea. But the thing is, not only is doing it in a movie theater stupid, because that teaches kids to be disruptive in a movie theater and potentially hurt themselves on the seats, because, you know, a movie theater, assuming the movie had big audiences attending it, which there weren't, there wouldn't really be much space to move around and dance.
No, especially like the theater that me and Brandon went to, which had reclinable chairs.
Uh-huh.
There was not much space.
And another thing is, not even the argument of it being the first interactive movie in the theater holds water, because you had Elmo and Grouchland, who did it first in 1999.
Yeah.
And not to the extent Oogie Loves did it, even. Like, let's just say Elmo and Grouchland's interactions pretty much allowed you to stay seated.
I could imagine a Dora movie in a theater would as well.
Jesus. Now what I'm trying to do is just find a bridge background. Because I'm trying to demonstrate the battle background. Like, you know how in the original the battle backgrounds was just the part of the field you were on at the time? Yeah. Here you get actual backgrounds.
So like, landscapes with like a mountain and stuff?
Yeah, exactly. I just need to find a good one to... Oh, grassland. That's perfect.
Grass.
Alright, so here we go.
Speaking of landscapes, I'm drawing a landscape for art.
You are? I just have to lower the game's audio because... Oh, it's too loud.
The Storm Piercer, or Snowpiercer, whatever. Yeah, that movie is really dark. But there was a really funny thing in that review. He was like, here are some of the connections and similar symbols, and then he's like, one of them is food. And he starts talking about the food in Willy Wonka and the food in Snowpiercer, right?
Yeah.
And then he plays a clip of a really, really sad and depressed man. He was like, just sitting on a table, and he's like, I know what people taste like. And then it cuts. He goes, beef stew and mashed potato. From the original Willy Wonka.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was really messed up.
Well, anyways, did you see the battle I just showcased?
You can get popped up for a tiny bit.
You're gonna what?
I think the thing popped up for a bit. Let me try and go back in the stream.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I was just demonstrating a very basic battle.
Oh yeah, I see it. It looks way better.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? The only thing is I need to try and keep the enemies on the ground. So, in fact, I actually found a Buster Sword sprite for Cloud. I mean, there's like a little bit of another sprite sticking out, so I just have to reorient it. But, yeah, and then, of course, then right here you see the new characters. I'm bringing back the toilet orphans from the PS2 game, because this is basically adapting the PS2 game. And then Alucard, who was only a non-playable boss character in the original, is now playable. But I think I want to try and find a better sprite, because there don't exist any sprites for VX. I was trying to create one, but I can't find the right combination that I want.
So, wait, technically, Shitty RPG, the sequel, was actually a prequel to the first game, which turns out to be the second game.
I guess the PS2 game was made first.
Yeah.
So, I mean, well...
Like this was a sequel to a prequel, which turned out to be a sequel first. Never mind that.
I mean, well, you know the plot of this game, right?
No, I don't know the plot of the most...
So...
It was called.
Well, giving that Adam and Brandon are not here, Adam, Brandon, if you're here, you need to... I'm giving you a 5-second warning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So, the premise of the sequel is that Sora and the gang, they go back into middle school Schnick's fantasy land to save Max and all the other souls trapped in the game. And because his previous game was deleted, he decides, oh, here's a game I never finished. Maybe I should work on it. I know, I'm gonna steal my parents' credit card and I'm gonna work on this game again. He steals his parents' credit card to buy VX Ace and work on the game again.
Wow.
And then, as Sora's flying the gummy ship, and he finds where to get back in, they enter turbulence and the whole gang gets separated. So right now I'm working on the first part of the game where Sora wakes up. The only guy that landed with him is Alucard.
Are you gonna have a section where you have to go and get Mario, Luigi, Peach, and all them? Because isn't that how Shitty RPG ends, or at least a good ending?
Well, no. No, there is no... Like, the game starts with all of them together in the gummy ship, but then they crash land because of middle school Shnick.
Oh, okay, I see.
And, essentially, they're all split up across the new Fantasyland middle school Shnick created.
Oh, no.
So, the Chapter 1 recreates the first section of the Evil Camp in the PS2 game.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I am.
With who?
With Jesse, Brandon's friend.
Oh, okay. You're on your cell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on his cell. Sorry.
Okay. So, like I said, Sora and Alucard, they wake up on a mountain and, like, they have to, like, start walking through it. Do you know the field music from Xenoblade Chronicles X?
Oh, no, I know, well, I have Xenoblade Chronicles X, but I don't remember the field music. I've barely played it.
Well, yeah, the basically the first area of the game uses that music.
Huh. I think my favorite piece of Xenoblade Chronicles music is straight up just Gaia Plains
from the original.
Yeah. So Xenoblade Chronicles in general has amazing music across the entire series. Even Xenogear to some extent.
And don't forget Xenosaga.
Yeah, and Xenosaga.
So, in fact, oh, it's funny because in Project Cross Zone 2, you actually have Cosmos from Xenosaga teaming up with Fiora from Xenoblade Chronicles. Because because in the Project Cross Zone games, most characters are usually in pair units.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles was a guest franchise from Nintendo in that game, and then they also had Fire Emblem, since Lucina and Chrom were a unit as well.
Was that Project Steam that I remember seeing a long time ago?
No, it's called Project Cross Zone. It's basically it's like a Final Fantasy... Huh?
I think I know what it was, but...
It's basic...
A few years ago.
Yeah, like, well, the thing is, it's kind of like a Final Fantasy Tactics clone. It's basically a crossover game.
And it's on the 3DS, right?
Yeah, well, the first game was called Namco Cross Capcom, and it was on the PS2. It was only released in Japan, but there is a fan translation available. And it was, obviously, that game was only Namco and Capcom characters, and then Project Cross Zone was a sequel to the game, and it was released on the 3DS. And it actually did get released in the US. So, So, obviously it has Namco and Capcom characters, but then they also add Sega characters. And then Project Cross Zone 2 was another sequel that came out. And once again, it has Namco, Capcom, and Sega characters, and they had a couple of guest characters from Nintendo.
Like Marth?
Well, no, they had Lucina and Chrom from Fire Emblem, and then they had Fiora and Metalface from Xenoblade Chronicles.
I thought Marth was one of them.
No, Marth is not. He may have gotten mentioned, but Lucina and Chrom are the playable characters.
Alright then. I might have been thinking of because I did not know much about Fire Emblem when those trailers for that game you were talking about was releasing. The only reason why I know so much about Fire Emblem is because my friend was playing the 3DS all through middle school. And since I was with him through it and he always carried his 3DS everywhere, I just kind of picked up on the entire story.
Huh. So, well, let's see. I think I just want to give Alucard the Alucard sword.
Oh, and a huge coincidence as well. That's one freaking... one thing I didn't get to see or realize was that you actually had to create your character in Fire Emblem Awakening.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually a pretty big customized, but Robin is just the generic, like the basic name. Like, if you hit random or choose for me, then the name will be Robin.
Because Robin's the tactician.
Yeah, the tactician. So, all the cutscenes in the game are pretty much in first person in Fire Emblem Awakening. They're all really great cutscenes as well.
Yeah.
It's animated. Anyways, yeah. And he chose all the default, except he named his character something else. He named it his name.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. So when Robin was announced, I'm like, oh, hey, look.
Well, I'm testing it right now, basically, yeah.
So what is it?
Seems to be good.
How many?
I don't know. Well, that's just the live streaming. I didn't test it, the speed.
If you can go speedtest.net.
Okay.
Just type in speed test.